Good morning and warm welcome to all the friends. In last session, we have completed the chapter, okay, all the chapter, all the topics, okay. In last session, we have discussed about the seed dispersal, okay, types of seed dispersal, or we can say mainly three reasons we have already seen, wind, animals, and some two others reason also. In this lecture also we will study about it also, and in this session mainly we are going to revise the whole chapter that you can say there is no need to mug up. Okay, so we are going to revise this chapter again. Okay, I hope all of you have textbook right now. Whatever the important finds you can found, you can underline it. Okay, so that's why you can, whenever you are going to revise this chapter, you can just go through it again and again, okay, for the better revision. So this chapter 12, reproduction in plants. In this, first of all, we have studied about reproduction, okay, definition of reproduction we can say. So what is the reproduction? The production of new individuals from their parents is known as reproduction. Hmm? We already seen that the whatever the parents one, okay, from parents one, some individuals are being reproduced, okay, with the help of seeds or without seeds, okay, and that are the modes of reproduction. See, modes of reproduction: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So in asexual reproduction, plants can give rise to the new plants, okay, or we can say from parents one, these plants are getting rise from parent one without the use of seeds, okay, without seeds. In asexual reproduction, plants can give rise to new plants without seeds, okay, while in sexual reproduction, new plants are obtained from seeds only, okay. So these are the main definition of, we can say, two types of reproduction, that is asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So apart from this, we have already studied that vegetative parts and reproductive parts. Okay. So what is vegetative parts? Let's see. Most plants have roots, stems, and leaves. These are called the vegetative parts of a plant. Okay. So you can see this definition, the page 133 also. Okay, first page of chapter 12. So most plants have roots, stems, and leaves. These are called vegetative parts of a plant. The flowers perform the function of reproduction in plants. Flowers are the reproductive parts of a plant. Okay. Here we have seen the example of mango tree, in which we are getting some flowers in the spring. Okay, in spring. Okay, and after completing after as the spring completes, in summer we are getting some juicy mango on it. Okay, so we can say this reproductive flowers are the reproductive parts of plant. Okay, see, after this we have gone through this asexual reproduction once again, and types of asexual reproduction also. Okay, so in asexual reproduction, new plants are obtained without production of seeds or spores. Okay, without plants are obtained without production of seeds. Okay, so these are the four topics. Further subtopics we have already studied in this sexual reproduction. That is vegetative propagation, budding, fragmentation, and spore formation. Okay, in which we already gone through this activity 12.1. You are given on page number 133, or let's say first page of chapter 12. Okay, in which we have studied that if we are cutting a rose or champa, okay, branch of rose or champa with a node, okay, this node is from which this branch is getting raised. Okay, we can say a node is a part or stem, or a part of the stem or branch at which a leaf arises. Okay, see, you were given in this activity 12.1 maybe. Yes. In figure 12.1, you are given the node. So a node is a part of the stem or branch at which a leaf arises. This piece of branch is termed as cutting. Okay, it's very simple. With the help of this activity 12.1, we have studied about cutting, okay, which is the part of asexual reproduction, okay, vegetative propagation. After the second one is, we have already seen about this potato, okay. We can say in potato we are getting some eye, okay. After some times, okay, we are getting some eyes on the potato. You are given on the page number 134, okay. In 12 point, in figure 12.2 you can see some eyes on the potato, okay. So if we are cutting this portion, okay, if we are cutting this portion of eye, okay, and we are putting it into this soil, okay, and we are providing some water time to time, then we can see that this plant are getting rise from this eyes only, okay. So this is the vegetative propagation, we can say, okay. Next one we have studied about budding. Okay, this is one more type of asexual reproduction in which observe in this vegetative propagation, budding. Okay, you should observe that we are not using any seeds for reproduction. Okay, so budding is also one type of asexual reproduction in which these yeast are getting chained. We can say, okay, from one yeast, this one more is yeast is getting developed. See here, okay, and after this this chain of birds are getting arise, okay. Hmm. In this fragmentation we have studied about this alga, okay. You may have observed in this pond or river, okay, where this uh, the water is not getting flowed, okay. You can see here, see this fragmentation, okay. One more topic is spore formation, okay. In asexual reproduction, one more topic is spore formation. In spore formation, this sporangium, okay, this sporangium is covered by a protective layer, okay, and with the help of some wind, okay, or some jerks, we can say, okay, it's getting break, okay, and thus these spores are getting formed everywhere, okay. So as this spore formation occurs, these these things are getting near to this parent one, okay, original plant. So here we have studied about this fungus formation, reproduction through spore formation in fungus, okay. So you may have observed these things, okay. If you are watching a bread, okay, if you are watching a bread after 2 to 3 days, okay, if you have put a bread, okay, piece of bread for some days, so after 2 to 3 days you are getting some fungus on it. And if you are watching this, okay, or observing this with the help of a microscope, then you may have observed this spore formation. One more example we have studied about this fun, okay. So next one is sexual reproduction. See, in asexual reproduction, vegetative propagation, you can take budding, okay, after this spore formation, okay, or fragmentation. In these all topics, we are not going to use any type of seeds for reproduction, okay. But in asexual reproduction, the plants are obtained from seeds. Okay, this is the definition, and we can say that's the understanding about sexual reproduction, okay. We are using some seeds for reproduction. So flowers are the reproductive parts of a plant. We have already seen this. Now this is the basic, we can say, okay. The stamen is male reproductive part of a plant, okay, and this pistil is female reproductive part of a plant. In stamen this is anther and filament are there, while in this pistil some parts are stigma, style, and this ovary is there, okay. And in ovary this oval presents, okay. So we can say while this whole process occurs, okay, then this from anther something going to here in stigma, okay, and with the help of stigma, with the help of style, it goes to ovary, okay. So reproductive parts of a plant, okay. We already Yes, we already seen these basics, but what about other? So you are given this thing on page number 136. Okay, in this activity 12.4. See, in this activity 12.4, you are given some types of flowers, okay? As per the reproductive parts, we can say. Okay, types of flower with the reference of reproductive parts, okay? So what is it? The flowers which contains either only the pistil or only the stamens are called unisexual flowers, okay? And the flowers which contains both stamens and pistil are called bisexual flowers. Okay, is that clear? So these are the main types we can say of flowers. So here in third point you are given some examples also, that corn, papaya and cucumber produces unisexual flowers, whereas mustard, rose and petunia have bisexual flowers. Okay, so this was the main reproductive parts of a plant. After this, we have studied about this pollination. Okay, so in from this anther, these pollen grains were going to stigma. Okay, see, from this stigma of its own plant, and here these pollen grains are going from anther to stigma of another plant. Okay, so what is the difference? Self pollination and cross pollination. See, we can say here this self pollination is occurred, okay, because these pollen grains are going from anther to stigma of its own plant, okay, while in this it's going from anther to another plant. So you are given this definition also, okay, on the page number 138. The transfer of pollen from the anther to the stigma of a flower is called pollination. Okay, this is the definition of pollination, and you are given the uh, self pollination and cross pollination also. If the pollen lands on the stigma of the same flower, okay, see, if the pollen lands on the stigma of the same flower or another flower of the same plant, okay, not we are not talking about any other plant, okay, but another flower of the same plant, then it will be called self pollination. Okay, when the pollen of a flower lands on the stigma of a flower of a different plant, okay, of a different plant of the same kind, then it is called cross pollination. Okay, so that's it. Now fertilization. So this is the fertilizer basic, we can say, understanding for figure for the fertilization. Okay, in which you are given this ovum. We already seen that from ovum, this ova or egg or some, we can say, pistil is getting produced. Okay, this is pollen grains, pollen tube. Okay, from this pollen grains is connected with this ovum. Okay, as this zygote formation, zygote form. Okay, after this fruit and seed formation, let me repeat that this zygote is a cell. Okay, see, you are given some definitions on 138, page number 138. The cell which results after fusion of the gametes. Okay, one male gametes is there, it is stamen, and one female gametes is there, it is pistil. Okay, as these male and female gametes, the cell which results after fusion, okay, the cell which results after fusion of the gametes is called a zygote. The process of fusion of male and female gametes to forming a zygote, okay, to form a zygote is called fertilization. Okay, so the fertilization is process while the zygote is a cell. Okay, don't confuse with it. Hmm. The ovary grows into a fruit and other parts of the flower follow. Okay, this is the ovary we have already studied. The fruit is the ripened ovary. We can say matured ovary. Okay, some matured ovary. So some fruits are fleshy and juicy, such as mango, apple, and orange, while some fruits are hard, like almond and walnuts. Okay, that's very easy topic, fruits and seed formation. After this seed dispersal, See, we have already studied this, that seeds are dispersed to different places. Okay, this is the reason for the seed dispersal, in which these seeds are dispersed to different places. So, if these seeds are dispersing nearer to this parent one, okay, nearer to the plant, then what happened that we are the plants are getting some competition for it. Okay, so what is the main reason? Main three reason, that is seeds or fruits of plants are carried away. Seeds are only fruits, seeds and fruits of plants are carried away, okay, with the help of wind, okay, by the wind, water or animals. Okay, we can say with the help of some jerks of our, okay, we human beings or some other animals, okay, these seeds are getting dispersed. So the seed dispersal helps the plant to prevent overcrowding. Okay, overcrowding, we already studied that they are getting some competition for water, sunlight, etc. Okay, avoid competition, see, you are given this, avoid competition for sunlight, water and minerals. Okay, and invade new habitats. Okay, so this is the seed dispersal. And this is the whole chapter we have completed. In next session we are going to start a new chapter. Okay, and maybe from a biology, from your biology part. Okay, so that's it for today. Revise this chapter again and again. I will send you the PDF as soon as possible. Okay, and I hope you are getting the poets completely, getting the concepts completely, and just work hard and mug up this all the definitions. Okay, understand these definitions, and if you are not getting some, if you are getting some problems, then just write it down. Okay, practice again and again, and I can say by heart. Okay, learn the definitions. Okay, thank you very much, and have a nice day to all of you.